Hello, this is Colin McClean from colinmclean.com. And in today's employment segment, we're going to be covering how to overcome the challenges of spelling mistakes and errors on your resume and cover letters. Spelling mistakes on the resume. I can definitely relate to that, as well as spelling mistakes on the cover letters. And this is my story. So here I am, one day working for a company, 15 years, is going great. And then my family's growing, so I purchased a bigger home and I lose my job just as I'm putting down a down payment on this bigger home for my growing family. So I'm unemployed officially, and I'm under a lot of stress. So I send my resume out to most places, like anyone would do, to any kind of a job, and lo and behold, months go by and I'm wondering what's going on. So I stop and actually start looking at my resumes to see if there's something wrong. What do I find? Spelling mistakes. Not one, not two, but several mistakes all throughout the resumes I've been sending out. Here I am thinking that I'm sending out something like this for the resume, but in actual fact, I'm sending out this to the employer. We all know that resumes are used to get your foot in the door and to get the interview, and this is what I was actually sending. This is what spelling mistakes appear to employers. And we all know what happens to this when it gets in the hands of an employer. You guessed it, it ends up right in the garbage. So I came up with 3 simple solutions I'd like to share with you. The 3 simple solutions that I use to correct my chances of getting mistakes and spelling errors on my resume was: 1, I actually stopped applying to positions just before they were due. We've all been there. We're all stressed, we're tired, we come across a position, we're applying to many jobs, any kind of a job, just to make ends meet, and the job comes up and it's due, we'll say 11:59 p.m. that night, and it's now, you look at the clock, it is now 11:30. So you send it out thinking, great, I did a fabulous job, this is sent out, and what you think you're sending out is this, but in the end it's really, once again, this. So by actually stopping for a moment and doing an assessment of all the jobs which were running, which I felt I was qualified to apply for, I placed them in order of due dates, and I was able to actually apply properly to jobs and not rush the process. Which leads me to solution number 2. I simply walked away from my resume after I did the first draft. Now, the reason why I walked away was to give clarity to my mind. When you walk away from working on the resume and cover letter, you're able to get fresh perspective. When you're sending things out in a rush right away, you have a higher chance of making mistakes. So walking away is a great thing. Next thing I did, and that was the last final item, number 3 solution, and that is I got a second pair of eyes. Not my own, but I actually got my wife as well as friends to look at my resume and my cover letters to see, did I make any mistakes, did I miss anything? And lo and behold, I may have found 1 or 2, but thank goodness they were able to catch those mistakes prior to me sending out. Once I started sending out, I got more of these to the employers and much less of these, using those 3 simple rules. And once again, to recap, those rules are: rule number 1 is simply do not apply to things last minute. Number 2 is to actually stop for about 12 to 24 hours if you can and relook at it with fresher eyes. Number 3 is get a second pair of eyes to look at your resume, and that will greatly reduce any errors you have on your resume. For more information, click on the subscribe button located below. As well, you could also go to our website of colinmclean.com. That's 1 L in Colin and 2 C's in McClean. As I always say, keep moving forward and looking upwards. Thank you, and have a great day.